correct me if I'm wrong. Did I just hear you say it would have been acceptable if they had traded to get Jamar Chase?
I said it would be less of an overpay. It still be quite an overpay.
Hold on. You're making the assumption that they liked that they didn't like Waddle more than Chase.
Well, I mean,
what if they liked Waddle more?
But it's either way, it's not worth giving up an extra first.
No, but you said here, you said it would have been less egregious if they had taken Jamar Chase, which means the only difference in this trade is you like Jamar Chase more than Jaylen Waddle.
But that's what when we were talking about when this trade happened back in March, we were talking about Chase or Pitts. That's the guy that you move up to go get. You don't move up to go get Waddle. Even you said that before the draft.
Okay, but I didn't know that they liked Waddle more.
But that's why I'm saying. But Waddle, you don't have to do that to go get Waddle, and we don't know if that's true or not. They're going to tell you that they liked Waddle more, but we don't know.
A lot of teams have actually. Jacksonville Jaguars.
A lot of teams have said it.
But how many teams are willing to part ways with a first-round pick to get him?
If you have two, a lot.
No, not really. Jacksonville had a second first-round pick. They can't afford. They're 1-15 last year. They can't afford to be
getting a quarterback. They were drafting a quarterback. They drafted their quarterback last year.
They drafted the quarterback.
You can't compare where the Jaguars are first-year head coach where the Dolphins are. They drafted their quarterback last year.
But I just told you the stats about how many of the
stats. I'm talking about what the team is. Like you keep saying they should go quarterback or tackle. They took two of them last year.
All right, but
doesn't even make sense. I would fire Chris Grier on the spot if he used that pick to take a quarterback or a tackle. You don't trust yourself after a year of evaluation as a general manager?
You would have taken balls.
What are you talking about? It doesn't take balls. It would take like a lack of brain cells. What kind of general manager would go and cover up their mistakes, taking the same position that they took the year before, Robbie? It doesn't make any sense, dude.
Right,
it doesn't make any sense. If he's a professional, why would he take the same position that he drafted last year, dude? You can give me stats. You can give me every type of chart that you want to give me. If I entrust Chris Grier to have a job, I cannot have him take the same position in the top 5 that he took last year. That's an atrocious job as a general manager.
Well, with offensive line, you can always move guys around. Like Robert Hunt is being moved around.
That is a lack. First of all, Robert Hunt is moving into guard, and he wasn't taken in the first round. Okay, Austin Jackson was. If he's going to trust his evaluation that he is a first-round offensive tackle, let him trust his evaluation.
And I look, the Detroit, they took Penei Sewell, and they're starting him at right tackle. Like, that's how, and then you can always eventually move him around. It's always good to have more quality starting offensive linemen.
Okay,
but it's not like Austin Jackson.
But Robbie, they took a lot of offensive linemen last year, dude. They took 3, and they took another one this year.
Sewell was the only guy left on the board that was, Sewell, by the way.
It would be an atrocious job for him to take Penei Sewell the year after he took a first-round offensive tackle.
That's why I said Chris Grier, the Dolphins had to have the balls to take Penei Sewell.
It's not ballsy, though, dude. It's not. It's the least ballsy thing. You keep saying it takes balls. It is the least ballsy move there is. It's a safe haven.
But you just said you would fire Chris Grier on the side.
I would fire Chris Grier because I would say you're a moron. You just told me last year you had your left tackle. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go get me some fun.
That's why I said it would have taken balls, because
it doesn't take balls.
Would have been mad at him.
No,
they took no,
Stop telling me about stats. Oh, I don't want to do this because the stats say this. You want to know something? If you have balls, you say F the stats. I'm going to get me a fun wide receiver, Tyreek Hill 2.0. That takes balls.
You can take fun wide receivers.
That takes balls.
In the second round, in the third round, there are plenty of fun wide receivers.
Do you like the plastic worms? Do you like the plastic worms?
It just doesn't make sense. His logic is so flawed here. It's flawed.
Hey, I just gave you. I
just want you to take balls to take a tackle. There's nothing ball. We killed Bill Parcells for that.
He wasn't
for taking Jake Long.
When I was yelling at him, but now he's flawed.
That's why I said it takes balls, because look at how mad you are. How mad you would be if they took him. I'm sure every station on this.
But nobody could criticize because this was going to happen. Okay, it's safe.
It's safe. I guess it's safe.
Oh no! The analysis would have been: how could the Dolphins take another offensive lineman?
No, wouldn't have.
To get weapons for two.
No, you would have been sans pants.
I would have been happy, but most of the majority of the people
No,
would
we
have
would.
been
This is what we would have done. This is what we would have done. They took. Be Roger Goodell
with the fifth pick in the 21 NFL draft. The Miami Dolphins select Penei Sewell.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
For Oregon.
Balls, Chris Greer.
That's you. Here's the rest of Dolphins Nation. All right.
You know what I would have been? I'd have been bye, goodbye.
You know what they say?
Oh man, he left us.
If you listen to the
that's
fans,
what I would have been.
Sit amongst them. That's the old saying.
I would have been goodbye.
So I want to get to this a little bit of Dolphin sound here. So Robert Hunt, he is going to be moving to guard. Leroy, tackle last year.
Now
kicking inside.
Let me be very clear. This is how this offensive line thing goes. Okay, in most cases, if you draft a left tackle and you think he's going to be the left tackle of the future, you will either bump him down to guard or move him to right tackle, okay, until the other guy's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you have a couple of guards that can also play center. So if your center goes out, one of the guards will play center, and then you'll bring in another guard. A tackle that ends up playing guard is usually he's not as good enough to play tackle, or you brought in another tackle that was better and you move him inside because he has good feet and you might pull him or stuff like that. So there's a lot of movement when you talk about, offensive lines. There's a lot of movement, and it's not a negative thing. It has to do with depth that allows you to do these different things. So moving him to inside, moving him to guard, not really that big of a deal because they brought in another guy.
Well, so he was playing right tackle last year. They drafted Eichenberg, who you think is going to take that gig. They got Skura. He's the center now from Baltimore. Kinley sticking where he is. Austin Jackson sticking where he is. So Robert Hunt's making the move inside. Here's what he had to say.
Shoot, man. Like nobody, what I'm saying? It wasn't a set thing. I mean, I think all of us train to play off our positions. And I've been training that way since college, and I've been training that way like last year, just like the next man up, or wherever coaches need me to play specifically, that's where I go. So I've been working a couple positions, and it hasn't felt bad. It's not bad.
The old Swiss Army knife, Robert Hunt.
Kind of sounds like what I just said.
Yeah. Is there a reason Leroy's double right now?
I don't know.
Because he was.
Oh, all right.
I fixed it, Leroy. Don't worry about
it. Then Robert Hunt revealed the real big thing.
We traded one of our first round picks for Robbie.
The real big thing though from Robert Hunt was learning about his fingernails, which are painted with designs and moons and stars on them. Now I think it looks great because he's a menace, and that's what I think. He looks great. But here is Robert Hunt on why he has his fingernails like that.
Your fingernails, is that for fashion? Is that for football? What do you got?
I wouldn't say football. It's definitely for like me though. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what this pair kind of old, man, but this is what I like, man. I think it's groovy, man. I think it's different, of course, and I like different.
What's the I can't get a great view of what you got going on there.
Just a different style, man. So I got a little lightning bolt, I got some stars, I got a heart, I got the moon. Just different things, This just like just came to my head. I wanted to put it on my nail, so I think it's fun.
I agree, Robert. You know what they say. You take your hands and you reach for the sky. And that's why you have things like the stars, the moon, and lightning bolts.
I got to tell you. It's off season. Because if you have a successful journalist, with so many questions you have about Dolphins and stuff like that, and then you hear a soundbite, and said journalist is asking about toenails,
fingernails
being painted.
I think it's the best. I think it's the best scoop Adam Beasley's ever come up
Now,
with.
keep in mind, I don't have a problem with it. Be you, right?
I don't know that call that joint practices calling that he did. That might be his best work ever.
No, I disagree. I disagree, my friend. I think Robert Hunt having lightning bolts on his fingernails, I think is the best work Adam Beasley's ever done.
For June.
Nope, forever. I don't care what story. I don't care him breaking about Melvin Ingram coming to work out with the Dolphins. I'd rather know why a guy has fingernails the way they are. I think Leroy got a hard Putined.
I think he Putined himself on purpose.
You think he's just out? Like he just learned of because he's all the way Putin right now. He ain't moving. He's just staying like that.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He didn't want to make it look like he walked out. He wanted to blame Putin, so he just freezes himself.
This is why you got to watch on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen, for moments like this where Leroy is in the midpoint and he just freezes there in time, encapsulated. That's why you got to watch on Twitch every single day. Twitch.tv/790 the ticket. It's amazing right now. He looks like he's gonna make this really important point. And he's just I mean, it's amazing. J-Fig finally took it off. Everybody's like, how long is it gonna last? I think his internet went out, dude. He's gone.
To be honest, I didn't take it off. It happened by itself. I like watching.
He's off.
You know where you wouldn't freeze with your bad internet? In the studio.
I know. I try like bringing it up to him. Like I was at the fight this past weekend. He goes, "Man, I'm not going."
And he complains that we're gonna have issues if he comes back to the studio. But look at that, he's gone.
I know. He swears we have no issues when we're not in studio. I'm like, bro, we have issues like every day. What are you talking about?
Literally
I'm ready
everywhere.
to go. Ready to go. I'm also not doing a show here with kids every day. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna literally, once the summer hits, these kids are going to be at the garage studio every single day asking, play with bubble guppies. I'm going to go say, go put on your Lakers. You go put on the Lakers. There they are.
Why would they do that when I just saw you blowing their bubbles?
Huh?
Hell.
What are you talking about?
You were blowing bubbles the other day.
Not while they were here. I didn't ruin their playtime. It was on my own time.
You think Tommy's going to say, Daddy. When I left this morning, it was up to the line right here. Now they're down here. Have you been blowing my bubbles?
He won't know. He's just going to say, buy me new bubbles.
By the way, Tobin, you said you were bringing them to the game on Saturday.
No, it's not happening anymore.
Oh, it's not happening anymore? Oh,
no.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, I'm not saying okay, good, because I was wondering, because I had to, if they were there, I would have to hold bars. I can't be like my draft day self. I'd have to hold some bars if they were there.
Is there a mute button on you in person?
Hold bars.
Yeah, I can't go no holds barred. I have to be, have to be someone.
I got you. Well, listen.
What's that saying in every
as long as you're there displaying the infield fly rule, that's
right.
That's what we have you there at sporting events for.
By the way, I think I'm there to watch baseball. I'm there to enjoy the baseball game. But I do propose, because I know people are going to come up to me and they're going to want to do Tua debates and Waddle debates, and that's fine. But I think, especially since the Marlins could be starting a whack pitcher on that Saturday game, it's not going to be one of the big three, like most likely. I propose, you remember Tobin, the old 10-run reel?
Yeah.
I say propose, if it's a 10-run game, either way, whether the Marlins are up or whether the Marlins are down, full Tua debates and Waddle debates, fair game. If it's a 10-run game.
No. We're enjoying my weekend. We have enough of that here on the show. I don't need more rules for Tua debates.
It's a 10-run game.
Oh, you ready for the definition?
Yeah.
Sure.
No holds barred without any restrictions, as in telephone companies are entering the market for internet users with no holds barred. The expression comes from wrestling, where certain holds are illegal or barred, and has been used figuratively since about 1940.